All right, we are very excited to be joined by our good friend, CBS Sports, CBS Sports HQ, Sirius XM. I mean, he's basically everywhere. Just look up.
Just put letters together.
Just put letters together,
100%.
and he's there. Barrett Sallee. Barrett, great to see you, my friend. We're at Media Days. It means we're right around the corner.
It is. I mean, look, first things first, we got to get you on karaoke like we did.
Dude,
Yeah,
I know.
yeah.
Karaoke
Listen,
tonight. I'm going to
Jay.
be honest with you. Pretty good karaoke. You
Look,
throw a little Creed on there.
Hey, what happened to that
rocked-
number one hit song?
We rocked.
We did it. We
It's
did it.
number
We got to
one.
record
Now,
it.
we rocked Miss New Booty by Bubba Sparks. I
Yes,
don't think
we did.
anybody has had such an
Oh,
impact
wow.
on society.
No, God, that was me,
I mean,
you, T-Bob,
and John Neighbors.
and John Neighbors.
Brought out
I mean,
the
that was a
Bubba.
great
The fact
night.
that we didn't get a Grammy for that is
No.
pretty offensive.
Well, I still get
I mean,
emails.
honestly, the award shows have become a joke lately, and
Yeah.
I think
They have.
that is that there's no further.
Were you
I-
even nominated?
Can I at least get slimed on Nickelodeon or something?
Yeah.
Can I get like a Teen Choice
Yeah,
Award?
can I get a
or
Best
something?
Kiss award?
Yeah,
Best
no, man,
Kiss
that was
award?
2 years
Kids'
ago.
Choice
That was a
Award.
great time.
Kids' Choice Award's a little odd. Not gonna lie.
Yeah, it is.
Got a little awkward real quick.
Yeah, it really did. Well, Barrett, thanks for joining us. Obviously a lot going on.
Yeah.
I feel like we've hit every storyline imaginable, but Hugh Freeze coming in.
Yeah.
Year one, looking at Auburn. Auburn doesn't get a chance to be sneaky very often. When you look at this roster, when you look at kind of and I'm not a trends guy, but year one coaches at Auburn outside of, Brian Harsin, a.k.a. Mr. Accountability and lift weights and don't recruit.
Hey, huddle up.
Yeah. Did Blaine ever tell you that? Like, did you see the podcast?
What'd he say?
He said Harsin's podcast, Huddle Up with Brian Harsin.
Yeah.
Yeah. The Huddle Up, We Suck podcast.
Oh my God.
Yeah. Hey, huddle up, guys. All right, we suck. All right.
As
Ready, break.
Oh,
as,
man.
as an Auburn alum and lifelong Auburn fan, that was
Yeah, well,
a year,
it's
a
to
year and a
quote
half.
to quote Rob Brown. Every day he had a show. He was like, "It's hostage crisis day number 711," which I thought was hilarious. But how do you see Auburn doing this year? Do you think maybe they can surprise some people?
No.
All right, yeah, great.
Well, but here's the thing: like, surprise people how? Like beating Alabama
8-4.
and Georgia. So okay, that's different because 8-4 is doable because the schedule is. I just got Nick Saban hibachi hands a little bit.
That's all right.
It's doable because look, the out of conference game is Cal.
Yep.
The hibachi. Got you, Blaine.
It's hard to break him. You got him.
With Cal out of conference, okay. Vandy as the rotating cross division, okay. Like it sets up. Look, Auburn schedule awful every single year.
Yeah.
By Auburn standards, it's about as easy as it's gonna get. So 8-4, yeah, it's probably gonna include 4 really bad losses, but that's okay. If the number says 8 and the number says 4, that's still something you can build off of, no matter how ugly those losses are. So. Yeah, I think, do they have a chance to surprise some people? No, because surprising people would be Alabama and Georgia. I don't think that people are going to overlook it. I don't think Arkansas is going to overlook Auburn. I think when you look at how Vegas is going to view Auburn, other than the Georgia and the Alabama games, they're pretty much going to be close, either favored or slight underdogs in pretty much a lot of these games, because Hugh can coach.
Yeah.
Hugh can coach quarterbacks. They know he's a threat. Everybody knows he's a threat. So surprising people, I think, is not the way to go about looking at it. It is, can they contend in the games they're supposed to lose?
Now going a couple hours up to Tuscaloosa. We've heard words thrown out there, vulnerable. There is a lot of question marks. And I know it's perfect ammunition for Nick Saban. It just seems like it sets
Right,
up.
boys.
Everybody's talking about LSU, including myself. I think they should be the slight favorite to win the West coming out of this thing. But when I look at the way Alabama used to bully people, the way that Georgia's bullying people now, the way that Michigan bullies people in the Big Ten, the way that Utah bullies people in the Pac-12, it doesn't seem like that run game has been as consistent for them, and Bryce Young is not coming back this year. And look, I think Ty Simpson and Jalen Milroe and Tyler Buckner can all be good players. But this year, it does seem that if they're going to go back to the old school style that Nick Saban wants, run the ball, play action, maybe change the tempo a little bit, Tommy Rees is going to do everything that he wants to do. I don't see Alabama being the big dog that people are kind of looking around and saying, hey, they're going to kind of sneak up on everybody this year, even though the personnel is really good. But as far as when it comes to Alabama, it's national championships. It's SEC championships. I don't see that.
Is the personnel really good?
I think in
by Alabama
compared
standards,
to everybody else.
Yes, but by Alabama standards, it's not.
No,
And
one of my biggest qualms.
One of the full screens we put up on CBS Sports HQ every time we talk about Alabama, it's all three quarterbacks and then a bunch of different stat categories. One of them is starts. Jalen Milroe has 2.
Yeah.
Tyler Buckner has 3. Ty Simpson has 0. Like, that's the most important position on the field, and I would argue that the last time Alabama had a situation like this was 2016. Now, they went to the national championship game.
They could bully people.
They could bully people. Jalen Hurts came in and became the SEC Freshman of the Year, but this is a different era. We know that the offensive line has struggled the last couple of years. That's not an aberration. It's a trend. That's a problem for Alabama. So I'm with you. I think LSU right now is significantly better than Alabama. That doesn't mean it's going to stay that way. There's going to be football games. We can readjust our opinions as the season goes along. But when you're Alabama, you have a trend of poor offensive line play. There's a coordinator change on both sides. They don't have a game break. If you're talking about Jermaine Burton being your number one right, come on.
Yeah.
That's not realistic. So this is a team right now that is in transition. We just don't know what they're transitioning to.
Yeah.
Let's talk Pacific Rim 3, also known as the Georgia football team. Back-to-back champions. All right. But you lose above average player in Stetson Bennett.
Not Stop.
Above average player.
He's above average, Barrett. I'm sorry.
I feel like that's if anything, that's a compliment, right? I mean, he's
my
above.
God.
Hey, I mean,
That's
some people are talking
awesome.
about
Tom
awesome.
Brady's above average.
Does he deserve?
Tom Brady's above average.
Does he
too,
deserve
right?
a statue, Barrett?
Yes.
I'm with
He
Barrett.
won 2 national
statue.
championships.
I don't know.
I'm
Is there
with
precedent
Barrett.
at Georgia for building statues for players?
I don't know.
I don't know. I mean,
Herschel
I don't
Walker
know.
I don't
have
think
a
Herschel
statue?
has one.
Stetson Bennett
Herschel
can
doesn't
also,
have one.
I don't think Herschel.
Yeah.
I don't think they have.
Yeah, but let Stetson get one. Definitely not Herschel though.
What is he just gonna do like
gonna put
Michael
her-
Scott and stick his face in the pavement?
He's going to put it on his
Walker?
insurance card.
No.
Instead of like the Heisman, it's going to be a statue.
Yeah, they just do the hand thing, and those like when you have kids, just do the little hand thing like that. So, back-to-back champions. You lose Stetson, new offensive coordinator. Is it going to be another walk in the park for Georgia this
New
year?
offensive
Yeah.
coordinator.
Yeah.
It is. It is.
Long story. Like end of analysis.
Good,
Yeah.
good season.
Yeah, just going to be
Let's wrap the show.
Maybe they'll
Can
come close
Tennessee?
against
Can
Mississippi.
Tennessee, if Joe Milton figures out, just give him a run at home?
No, Joe Milton. He can throw the ball out of the room, but he can't
not.
throw a changeup.
Barrett, you're saying what I'm saying, and I love it.
But so with Georgia, like, it's not a new offense. It's the same Georgia offense. Mike Bobo gets criticized all the time by Georgia fans. He was the reason they were successful when they hired Brian Schottenheimer. Mark Richt got fired.
Yeah.
Those two things are not coincidences. You have more talented quarterbacks in Carson Beck or Brock Vandagriff. Are they better? I don't know. But they have more upside than Stetson Bennett. Stetson Bennett was still a legend. Blaine, you're never going to convince me otherwise. But yeah, I mean, look at the schedule. It's super easy.
Yeah.
They shouldn't be threatened. I mean, they're going to get threatened in a game or two. Missouri threatened them last year.
Yeah.
So, it's going to happen every once in a while. But yeah, I mean, it should be a walk in the park to Atlanta. In Atlanta, we'll see what happens. But when you have the kind of versatility they have at running back, when you go out, you recognize a problem at wide receiver, you get Ladd McConkey some help with Dominic Lovett and Rod Thomas, you have, to use a quote from Office Space, fixed the glitch. And the glitch didn't really hurt you all that much anyway at wide receiver. So it's a complete team. They've proven consistently that they can lather, rinse, repeat. And here's the thing. Kirby got up there and talked about complacency. And I'm looking at him going, complacency with what? The dudes you're going to try to win a national championship with this year didn't play all that much last year.
Yeah.
And the dude you won a national championship with last year didn't play all that much in 2021. So there's no reason to be complacency because these guys haven't done
And
it.
you don't want to be the group that blows it. You don't want to be the group
Yeah.
that stops the streak. That's like a primal, instinctual thing.
Yeah.
You know what else I'm fired up about? My grill.
Yeah,
It gets
go.
fired up, okay? Grill Blazer, pull it out. You
Where's
got it?
my gun?
You got the gun?
Oh.
Where's it always going, man? There it is. Tell the people about Grill Blazer. There we go. Yeah. That's how it happens.
Come
60
on.
seconds lights up the grill. I've been using this thing.
Dude,
The last 5 times I've grilled out, got my Grill Blazer. It's this one.
Oh, cool.
now.
Thanks for an invite.
Grill gun, huh? Hadn't your phone been off for 3 weeks?
It's been off for.
Get
It was
your
off for
phone
1
fixed.
day, David.
Golly.
It was off for
We need a
1 day.
phone
3
sponsor
weeks
to get this guy figured out. But in the meantime, are you tired of waiting ages for your grill to heat up? Now you can say goodbye to those tedious moments of impatiently watching the charcoal burn and say hello to instant barbecue perfection thanks to our friends at Grill Blazer. Grill guns are designed to do everything from expertly searing your meats to lighting charcoal grills, wood stoves, outdoor fireplaces, and just about anything you can think of that you need a high-power fire to solve your problems. Sounds like a dragon on Fridays. Hit him with it.
Oh, come on.
Hit him with it.
God, I've seen it. Dude, I'm
It's
getting so
basically
good
a
at this.
high-power propane torch.
I'm getting
Get
so
that
good
in
at
your
this.
life right now, please.
Come on.
It's a 30-inch flame. It's anything you need
So
for a
fun to
big bad torch to do. The sous vide gun has a shorter barrel, perfect for professionally culinary kitchen uses, from gently caramelizing creme brulee maybe, or other sugar fruits, to rapidly searing steaks. Using the grill gun may result in extreme grill envy from your neighbors, so watch out for that. Get your grill gun from Grill Blazers today and let the grilling adventure begin. Visit grillblazer.com and use promo code BOOSTER for 15% off. That's grillblazer.com, promo code BOOSTER for 15% off your order. I think
That is just addicting to do.
I think 150 of them just sold.
Yeah.
They might be sold.
150 million.
Yeah. What?
Let's talk about the total college football landscape here. Last playoff, we had an SEC team, a Big 12 team. The Big 10 got 2 in. We've seen a lot of seasons where the SEC gets 2 teams in that 4-team college football playoff. You know, Clemson has represented the ACC a lot. This year, we're hearing some new blood like, hey, Texas could make the college football playoff. We've seen that movie before, though. Or maybe Florida State can make the college football playoff. The Pac-12 is also interesting because they haven't really gotten teams in the college football playoff because they haven't had an elite team. This could be the first time we see the Pac-12 get left out because the teams out there are too good. When you look at Utah, you think about Washington and Southern California, are they all going to beat up on each other? So when it comes to the college football playoff this season, especially, you know, FSU, LSU, week 1 is going to throw a wrench in some things because Florida State, if they lose that game, still going to have to go on the road to Clemson, you know, who's going to be, I think, even better this season. How is the national landscape going to play out when it comes to the college football playoff, and which conferences will be left out?
Cohen, I'm so glad you gave Pac-12 love. Pac-12 is
fun.
be
Good for you, Dave.
Second best conference in college football.
It is going to be so much fun, man. When we sit here and talk about the Pac-12, usually it's a joke.
Yeah.
They're going to have 2 teams that contend for a playoff spot this year. I don't know which 2. Could be Washington with Michael Penix. Could be Oregon with Bo Nix. Could be, obviously, Caleb Williams at USC. Could be Utah. There
Colorado?
are so.
Oh, sorry, my bad. I thought that was. Is that it's not in the mix? Is it too early for that?
Would you let my man get his flow out and just stop ruining it?
I have hibachi hands. My bad.
Sorry, Barrett. We're getting him help. We're getting him help.
Hibachi hands. No, but I mean, think about it. Like, if you're the Pac-12, you have a couple teams go into the Pac-12 championship game with 1 loss. Right? There's no there was last year. There were no divisions last year, but we saw last year how, you can have a couple teams go in. USC versus Utah, that should have been, had Utah not screwed up once, been a game that led to a playoff spot for somebody. Why can't that be the case this year with 7, 8 teams that have elite quarterbacks? It should be the case. So I think you're going to go into the Pac-12 championship game. The 2 participants, whoever they are, the winner will go to the college football playoff. I think it will be a play-in game to the
No
college
matter how
football
many
playoff.
losses they have.
I think you're going to have 1 loss for both of the teams. I think there are going to be 2 teams that establish themselves as powers out there. You mentioned Florida State. Florida State's going to the playoff. I will say Florida State is going to the playoff, even if they lose to LSU. Don't care.
Well, it's a great insurance
run the
game.
table.
I keep calling it the
That's a good
insurance
question.
game.
So then, because that's where I'm at right now. Let's say Florida State loses to LSU, which is very possible. Are they then going to run the table, okay, even with a game at Clemson on the road? Or are you saying if they drop only 1 in the ACC schedule plus the loss to LSU, that if they then win the conference, they could make it with 2 losses?
They're going to make it with 1 loss. I don't think the ACC is very good. You're going to sit here and sell me on Clemson. Fine. Okay, Clemson. Oh, sure. Cade Klubnik, are we going to put all the chips on the table for Cade Klubnik? I don't see why we would if Jordan Travis is in the conference. If Jared Verse is in the conference, why would you assume that Cade Klubnik can handle that? I don't think he can. So to me, I don't know if it's just my opinion of LSU, but I think LSU is maybe the third best team, maybe the second best, probably the third best team in the country. So even if Florida State loses to LSU, if it's close, they can make a statement.
And
I
it's
think they
week
can certainly
one.
run the
Yeah.
table. And I think the committee will be able to forgive that loss if LSU lives up to my expectations, which are that they could easily make the college football playoff.
Yeah.
Yeah,
100%.
it's going to be interesting. And then, I mean, we need to talk about the Big Ten up there with Michigan and Ohio State. And
We
I
don't
think
need to
one
talk
of the
about
biggest,
Michigan,
biggest sleepers in the country in Wisconsin and what they got going. I'm very interested to
They
see
don't
that.
make good
Tanner.
quarterback decisions. At
Well, Phil Longo, Phil Longo,
Just
I'm telling you,
keep it up.
yeah. Oh, it's good. That was equal parts great and horrifying.
kind of creepy.
Yeah,
Not
but
gonna
Barrett, thanks so much, buddy. It's always
man.
great to see you. Let's go do some
Karaoke.
karaoke
Do it.
later.
Yeah.
I'm gonna come
Public
with arms wide open by Creed. I'm gonna kill it. Don't worry about
You
it,
did rock that. Are we gonna do? We're not gonna do Miss New Booty. Are we gonna do Bombs Over Baghdad?
dude. We can do. Listen, you just sign me up. I'll be there.
It feels like a Mike Jones situation.
So I did
to be
Bombs Over
honest.
Baghdad. You weren't here.
Mike
I don't think you were at Gabriel's in Hoover. I thought I knew every single word to Bombs Over Baghdad. I was just saying syllables.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm looking at the screen going, "Holy crap!"
I don't even know what
I have
song.
no
What
idea.
song is that?
Outcast.
You didn't know that?
No, I don't know what song that is.
I tell you what, you just continue.
I know, like,
I'm not even mad anymore.
I know, like, hey,
I'm not
y'all.
even mad anymore.
longer
I'm
be
just
friends.
disappointed.
Bombs over a bag.
I'm just disappointed,
Like, what?
Barrett. Like I'm not even mad about this
It's
anymore.
it's the dad. It's the dad. Dad.
Yeah, well, I'm sorry. I'm not a thousand.
Not even
years
mad.
old.
I'm disappointed.
Like, I mean,
yeah,
Whoa.
I didn't invent fire, guys.
Hey.
Aggressive shots.
I know. I don't know what's wrong with him. He's had like 6 cups of coffee. It's a problem.
I had one. I just got hibachi hands.
Yeah.
Thinks he's a dragon on Fridays.
Yeah, he does think he's a dragon on Fridays. Anyways, we appreciate you guys. Appreciate Barrett. Make sure you check him out everywhere. CBS Sports HQ, Sirius XM does a great job. Buddy Tom Luganbill too. You know,
That's
shout
right.
out
Saturday mornings.
Lugs.
Shout out Luke.
Yeah, shout out Lugs.
I don't even know what we talk about on Sundays.
I like.
It's just like
I think you guys do a great job. I love Lugs.
Love Luganbill.
Yeah, he's one of our favorites. Make sure you subscribe.
YouTube, thank you so much for watching. Go ahead and hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, and we'll catch you on the next one.